Hi guys, this is Ales from Ales Gaming TV. In this video, we will talk about how to build a decent Spear-Type Rune Knight for PVE. This specific build also deals a good amount of DPS and can be a great option for our brothers that came from focus crit builds such as Paladin and Snipers. But before we begin, I've seen that 95.3% of our viewers are still not subscribed to our channel, so please like and subscribe. This will really mean a lot to me, and it will help me stay motivated to continue creating videos for everyone. Take note, this video is an F2P guide, so if you have more materials to spend, then you can take this video as a resource for some ideas and make a better Spear-Type Rune Knight than every one of us. So enough said, and let's jump right into the video. Spear-Type is one of the two main builds of Rune Knight. That's why this build also provides a good amount of DPS that will help your team clear difficult dungeons. So first, we're going to talk about stats. For this one, it's best to pump your agility until you get max attack speed since your main DPS skills global cooldown are subject to your attack speed. Then you can balance out your strength since this is your main stat, and luck stats because your spear skills will inherit 70% of your crit rate stat. Please take note that you need to pump more than 100% crit rate because higher level mobs or MVP have high critical resistance. That's why if you want to deal more damage, it's best to prioritize getting a higher crit rate. Next is the weapon and armor set. For weapon, you can use Lance since this weapon will give you the ability to deal critical damage when using 100 spears and Rain of Spears. This is the only option you have for a spear because the other one can't compete with the amount of DPS this weapon can give. And for the armor set, I suggest a King of Resentment set for more luck and critical damage that will synergize very well with your stat allocation. Next will be skills. For the first job skill, you can get level 5 Bash, level 10 Magnum Break, level 5 Fatal Blow, level 10 Provoke, level 10 Increase Recuperative Power, and level 3 Sword Mastery as prerequisites for level 1 Parry at the Trans second job skill tree. For the second job skill, you can get Riding level 1, Cavalier Mastery level 5, Spear Mastery level 10, Pierce level 5, Sturdy Strike level 5, Lion Roar level 10, Major Tenacity level 10, and Sword Quicken level 5 as a prerequisite of level 1 Parry as well. For the Trans second job skills, you can get level 5 Head Crush, level 10 Joint Beat, level 5 Clashing Spiral, level 5 Tension Relax, level 5 Berserk, and level 1 Parry for its passive effect. Take note that the passive effect of parry works even when using different weapon types. Lastly, for the third job skill, you can get Dragon Training level 1, Dragon Scion level 1, Phantom Thrust level 3, 100 Spears level 5, Rain of Spears level 10, Dragon Breath Fire level 5, Dragon Howling level 5, and level 1 of each rune skill. You can still put some Dragon Breath Water in this setup, but I prefer focusing on getting Dragon Breath and Howl since it is enough for me to always cast Dragon Scion every 30 seconds. Alright, so next will be cards. For the weapon, it's best to use size, racial, or elemental cards since they give a really huge boost when it comes to DPS. But if you really need a higher critical rate, then a Squidget or any card that gives critical rate will be a good choice as well. For the armor, you can use an elemental armor converter card for more survivability. For the shoes, garments, and headwear, I suggest you use any cards that give agility, crit, and strength. For the mouthwear, facewear, and backwear, you can use cards that will depend on the mobs you're farming. And for the accessory cards, you can use the Cobalt card for more crit and strength. Alright, so next will be Verus cores. For the novice effects, it's best to prioritize momentum for more attack speed, mana length boost or reversal, core overload, aftershock, and holy light shield for more DPS increase and versatility. For the expert effects, you should get Dauntless Order, Divine Empowerment, Charge Attack, and Furious Attack for straight up damage increase. Next will be feathers. As of now, what I highly suggest is for you to use Raven's Hour to take advantage of the high offensive stat multiplier. You can use Sky, Day, Time, Space, and Valor feathers to get a good amount of strength, ignore defense, and PVE damage bonus. For the defensive feathers, I'm using Raven's Hour as well, but I'm focusing all my resources on the offensive one, so I might not be able to upgrade it for a while, but if you have the resource, then you can pump more PVE damage reduction to have higher survivability in difficult dungeons. Next will be medals and statues. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Just get the ones that affect physical attack, physical damage increase, ignore def, raw stats such as strength or luck, PVE damage increase, or damage increase to a specific target such as racial, size, and elemental. You can also choose those defensive stats since they will give you more survivability. Take note that survivability is also important for melee job classes since you will deal more damage as long as you're alive, and tanking some damage for the team is also one of the roles of a decent knight. Alright, next will be enchantments. I suggest you choose superior attack, PVE technique, superior crit, or melee boon. These are the enchantments that will give a huge boost to your DPS when it comes to PVE, so it's best to prioritize this one. By the way, choosing superior crit will be much better for this one compared to melee boon since higher mobs or MVP in different difficult dungeons or upcoming new bosses will definitely have a ton of crit resistance. That's why having a little bit more critical rate will work wonders when dealing with those kinds of opponents. But having melee boon for now will still be a good option since it will also increase your damage output. Next will be sigils. For the sigils, I suggest you focus on the things that will increase your overall damage output, such as Starfall, Chosen One, Berserk, Impale, or their purple counterpart. Choice of Fate will also be a good option, as long as you have an Archbishop that can provide a decent amount of healing. For the job-specific skill, you can choose Aura Enchantment, not for the effect but for its passive critical stats, since every bit of additional critical rate will be very important for a Spear-Type Rune Knight. For the active sigil, you can use Primal for more DPS. Just be sure to always check if someone already uses it since it doesn't stack and there's a 1-minute interval for each use in a party. Next will be the Nebula Path. This is also self-explanatory. Just get the stats that will affect your damage output, but if you have extra points to allocate, then you can also put some in your defensive stats. For the Astral Sign, be sure to use Rune Spear since this will give you a ton of stats that will give a huge boost to your DPS, such as cooldown reduction, additional attack speed, and skill damage increase. Last but not least, for the Nexus engine, it's best to prioritize rolling for Rain of Spears plus 10, 100 Spears plus 10, Dragon Howling plus 10, and Fire Breath plus 10 for more damage multiplier to your Spear and Breath skills. So that's it. I hope I was able to help you learn more about how to build a Spear-Type Rune Knight for PvE. You can comment down below if you think I missed some information about our discussion or if you have any suggestions for what we should tackle next. Also, always remember to play this game at your own pace, never get burned out, and always have fun. Till next time. Peace.
Yeah.